Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago. Welcome to the community of Lune in Moruga. And we are here at One Family Farm.
Yes, darling.
Right. One Family Farm is a unique place. It's a place where you have a lot of foreigners that come into Trinidad and Tobago actually to experience life working on a farm and to really get into more in-depth details about the farm and what has been happening here. I'm going to talk to Digicel Granger, who is the head honcho of the farm.
Not the head.
Not the head, not the head, but the second head. And she's going to tell us a bit about what's happening here. Digicel, it's a pleasure. Welcome. Tell me a bit about this farm. I've read little articles about the farm and the amount of foreigners that comes into the country on a volunteer basis, and it sounds very interesting. First of all, how did the whole idea and how the whole concept came about?
Well, let me see where to begin. A traveler who was in Trinidad going to school, named Gigi Gatewood, she was the main founder of the program. Well, she actually introduced us to the program.
Okay.
The reason why is because this house, we were just renting this house with nothing in it, just to store produce.
Okay.
And they came on vacation and spent a week and just realized that it makes no sense renting an empty house when you could get volunteers to come and work from all over the world for free, just in exchange for food and shelter.
Okay.
So this basically started in 2014 when she brought up the idea. We told her, well, if she wanted to go ahead with it, we're willing to try. And after that, she called us in, I can't remember exactly what month, in 2014, and told us that we have 2 persons who are ready to come to start. At the time when they came, we really had nothing, like, we didn't really have a plan what we was going to do. The house was empty, it had nothing in the house. It just had 2 mattresses on the ground, right? And from there, at that time, my mother was alive, but she died now. She used to cook and drop meals for them.
Okay.
And so the program started gradually, until within 1 year, we had at least 10 persons coming from Greece, America, Germany, Netherlands, Canada, the USA. That was around the first set of people came in 2014. And from that to now, more and more people started to come. We've almost crossed 100 people.
From
15 different countries. I believe we crossed 100 people.
Okay.
I have all the names inside. And from that is how the program really started.
How do you all get in contact, or how do the visitors get in contact with you all to come into the program?
Well, how it really does start is, I really supposed to be doing the first process, but I leave Gigi, the person who found the program first really, to start the first process. She will give them details about what we'll be providing, what they have to do and everything. And after they answer her questionnaires, then they contact me on WhatsApp. And from there, I will be talking with them and giving them a video of what's going on, keeping in contact with them every week. And they will confirm a date, and that is how they will come.
Okay. So it's a volunteer process, so they come. When they come now, what role they come into?
Requirements?
Yeah, they just come into experience life working on a farm, or to take back. Well,
what has happened, they come in to really learn to plant, right? They come to work for 6 hours.
A day?
A day.
Right.
In exchange of food and shelter. They could provide whatever you want to provide, but most of the food what they're really supposed to be eating is the food what's provided on the land.
Okay, all right.
Meat and fish and these things is not really part of it, right? But once we have it to provide it, we will provide it for them. Yeah, that's how it
That's how it starts. Well, what would you say is the greatest experience that these people who have come, because I know off camera mentioned one person who is here. I will talk to her later. She has been here on more than one occasion. What the feedback you get from these visitors when they come and they experience this 6 months and they go back? What is the experience and
from them?
Yeah.
Well, as we know, we in Trinidad, well, not the whole part of Trinidad, we live very comfortable, right? The foreign land is different to the Caribbean. And when everyone come here is totally different to where they're from. The lifestyle of the people in the village, every single thing, the food, everything is totally different, the breeze. And when everybody leaving here, they just leave with knowing so much. Knowing so much of community, because that doesn't only help in the garden, but if the neighbor yard need cutting, I will go and cut the yard and they'll help break up the yard. If somebody roof need fixing and I go to volunteer, they will be helping also. When everybody leave here, they just leave with an extension of our family.
Right.
Because everybody basically, we just don't do farming alone, we just try to spread love that people don't get from all over. Because if you go into Brooklyn, people walk the streets, nobody don't really talk to one another unless they know one another. But in here, everybody's like, hi, hello, goodbye. And with that now, people don't just profit from planting alone, but they profit from everybody else into the village, even the community. They learn a lot from everybody else. They learn to cook, because a lot of them don't know how to cook. A lot of them don't know how to make these things in the garden. Simple thing as peas and rice, a lot of people don't know how to do it. And when they come here, they learn all these different experiences. And we have a lot of videos that we could share where people leave with a speech and what they learn from here. A lot of people left here crying because after they come and spend however long they want, we always have like a getaway party for them. And with that party now, we will say what we have to say to them in a circle, and then they will talk last and they will share their experience of what they learn here. And we never had not one bad experience out of over 100 people.
Now, I see you have a large place, right? So the produce that you all produce here, what do you do with it?
Well, it depends. But if you're doing organic, it's very hard. Because sometimes you plant something and you will lose because remember you're using no chemical. So like every plant needs to be seen about every week.
That's the reason, the 6 hours? Right,
So you need to always maintain these things, but when it comes to selling, we have a little car. We just drive around and blow house to house. People just come out and buy. We just go in the market. Some people just stop here and get stuff. We have people that come from Port of Spain and get the stuff, because a lot of people go in and say natural food now. And with the produce we have here, if it tastes a fraction, it tastes a cabbage from here, they will naturally taste something different, what you would not be getting in the market.
Because absolutely no chemicals at all.
No. So you find sometimes, if you go to the field, you might find some factory looking ugly, some looking nice, because all colors grow the same. All can't look nice together. So some obviously is totally no chemical, and it is more everlasting. You don't need to put nothing from our garden into your freezer or into your fridge to preserve it, because I guarantee you sure, I've given you 1 month that everything will stay one spot and will not encourage no sort of fly. Even the pumpkin, when you're cooking it, it have no spring and no sort of water. Your pak choy, no water, everything cooking, cabbage, everything cooking nice. And we seasoning, we sieve and thing don't turn yellow. Because we just use manure and sometimes goat chicken manure and mix everything together into the tires and plant.
I know you said that some of the visitors left yesterday, you know, to go back. But where would you like to see this project that you all are doing here? Because I think it's a unique project. You know, I think it's one of a kind. I don't know of any other place in Trinidad that is doing something like this. So it's unique. What would you like Trinidad and Tobago to know about this project, and where would you like to see this project go? And is there opportunities that are available to who might be viewing this program to come to assist you all in any way to make life better for you and for the visitors when they come, so that more can be gotten out of the whole project?
Okay, well, to me, the program, from what I experienced from it, and for everybody else, is like we could do organic. Oh, I'm being blank. Sorry. That's actually the question I gave you.
Yeah. What would you like the public who are viewing this to know about the project, or to be able to assist you all, you know, be it financially or whatever it is?
What I like the public to know is that when it are foreigners here, is to treat them nice, because they come to me and they help plant good food for us to eat, right? And I would like more people to support in buying from the farm, and not by just passing and ignoring what we have here and going other places, because what we have here is good produce. And the more support we get with people coming to buy, is the more the farm can expand, because it's just really finance the farm really need to make the farm much more better. So if we develop more, people could come and spend the day, they could see how the dot oven light up, they could get to help make their own bread, they could come and spend the day and like just pay for a certain amount of food, and they could go and pick what they want and cook outside here. And it could profit us, it could grow, not just for me alone, but for the economy and for the village in developing the place much more. Because honestly, it's just really finance what does really keep back the program. Because a lot of people who come here have a lot of they're very intelligent in not just planting alone, but they could help in other different things. Because it have people who come here, because what we wanted to do is like to block under the house, because it have a lot of people who come here who is teachers, and we wanted to start having the kids come over in the evening time.
Oh, like a homework center?
Yes, and we had people doing that before. But you see, it doesn't have a flow that all the time. So if you know, we always have a teacher that could come and help the children in one family farm, not because it's planting we're doing, but it could also branch off into other different things. Because with the people them around, they just teach different things. It have people who come in here could teach art, they could help with the children. Because a lot of I have some family members who had problems with studying, and within 5 months they had a couple that was here, and they helped those kids, and they are on top right now.
That's good.
So that is the what could help profit if everybody just give a little more support, and not just thinking that we're crazy because we do organic and they're not seeing no profit. And honestly, sometimes it will look like that, but it's just because of with the organic, not everything comes properly. But we don't need to do the garden alone. It have other people that could come and do other different things.
Yeah, to uplift the community.
Because it have people who like for Christmas going, I went away and come back, and every time I travel, I was always greeted by the people who I treated well. And I don't have to spend no money. I'm not saying that I'm looking for something free. But I'm just saying that because of the program, that is the only reason
the exchange thing now you're benefiting.
Yes, and that is the only reason why I get my visa, is because of the program. My cousin have a preschool. They just go and help out in the school on a Friday. And it have who like the schools more, does go more often than some. Because her friend Bo, she Melinda used to go to the school every day to read to the children, and she school have 30 kids, and sometimes with the extra help in the school, which is some of the same volunteers that come here, it's very profitable, and it helps her school too.
Before I let you go, tell me a bit about your community. What is best known in your community? Because you don't hear much incident or much news coming out of Lune, Moruga. So, how peaceful is this community?
Well, from my point of view, I can't say nothing bad about my community. My community could maybe do with a little more development. It could maybe have a little more opportunities for the youths. And not just opportunity just to start and not to stop. Something like to constantly happen. Like I say, if you're opening a football, it must always be constant. You must always have somebody who's always there to be with them all the time. My community on a whole does treat my visitors very good. Because if my visitors walking down the road, they will say, well, come and take a drink now, come and eat something, or later you can come in a birthday party, or and anything anybody keeping. in the community, everybody in this house has support.
Okay.
If somebody having a barbecue sale, they know for sure that when they come by me, they will say, "Giselle, how much people you had it?
Yeah.
Help me with a little sale." Now sometimes we have 4 or 5 people.
Everybody taking
sometimes
something.
everybody might eat meat, they will still support in some other kind of way.
Yeah.
You know, like if I have a wedding in my community, we just go and help. In certain things, we just give a helping hand. Like with Eric Lewis with the museum, any functions he having, everybody who here just go and support.
Okay.
So we just go out and help out people that in need and who appreciate we help.
Okay.
And not just for no bad reason at all.
Okay. Well, Giselle, it was a pleasure chatting with you. I know I have to talk to some of your visitors and also later on talk to the head honcho because you're the second. But anything you'd like to say to Trinidad and Tobago before we conclude this interview?
Yes, I want to say doing the organic farm in Moruga, it was hard and still a little hard, but not in a bad way. Because doing organic, it was like without money, it's very struggling. But to me, I have made over 100 family members all over the world.
Okay.
My life has changed from then to now. We always had people by the house, but it just became more popular. And we gave people a good experience, and they gave me a good experience. And I enjoy everybody coming by our house. I enjoy learning hearing different people talking, learning
different
much
languages,
about different countries. It's something that a lot of people say that we're crazy to do, because when you accept somebody and I pick them up in the airport, I don't know who I'm going to meet.
Oh, okay.
I still open up myself and I greet everybody with a hug. And one thing we do here is like hug every morning. We just hug everybody. We just always greet with a hug, and a lot of people who come here never really had that, to always have somebody telling them they love them and give them a hug when the morning comes. So to me, I enjoy doing what I do, as much as I'll be tired sometimes, but I just still profit from it. In nothing financially all the way, but in like to travel for the future, and things from where things was to where it is now.
It has improved.
Very much, very much, because, and thanks to everybody who donated back to the house, and even the same people who live here, they still send back donations because they know the situation. And to the foreigners, everybody, when they're here, if like yesterday, we change the pipelines because they find the water was leaking, and we buy some new pipes and put a new pipe stand there. And that was donated by one of the volunteers in the house, it is Yan. And as much as it mightn't be financially all the time, things getting better, and it will get better. And anybody who could assist in helping, and when we air the program, that they could also come and spend the day with a small, nice price. You could see the dot of light, you could carry on a little hike. You could just explore the village, because people around here nice. Nobody will never treat nobody bad. I could say that for now. We're not in a bad situation. Everybody's friendly around here. Anyway, you're going to meet people who are not so friendly and friendly at the same time. But in my community, I give thanks for everybody who does support still, and wish to see a better future, and for this not to stop. Even if I die,
it must continue.
Children will continue. And thanks to all my supporters throughout the years.
It was a pleasure.
Thanks.
And let me wish you all the best. We are going to be chatting with some of the volunteers who are presently on spot here to hear about their experience. But we're going to take a short break, and when we return, we're going to chat with them. Stay tuned. Welcome back, viewers. Welcome back to Lune, Moruga, and we are here at the One Family Farm, a farm with a really unique, style. It's a place where we have foreigners coming from all different parts of the world to volunteer and to be part of Trinidad lifestyle. And I have with me a third-time returning American. Let me make sure I get the name correct. Boyi, right? Welcome. It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Now, this is your third visit to Lune and Moruga and to the farm. Let's go back to the first visit. How you got involved?
Well, there was a girl that I know from back home that reached out to a whole bunch of friends. I didn't know about the farm through the program. I knew about it through her. And she just reached out to us on Instagram and asked a whole bunch of people if they wanted to come. And I said, yeah, so I just came.
Where you came expecting what?
Nothing, honestly. Nothing, I just came here to get away from
the coldness.
I live in New York.
Okay.
Yeah, so the coldness, the madness, the constant hustle and bustle, which is like, it's kind of the same here. It's always a hustle, but it's a different type of hustle.
When, I guess you were living by your parents, right?
No.
You were on your own?
Yeah.
Right, so you just pack up shop,
Yeah. And came here.
locked doors and came here.
Yeah.
When you came, you had any idea what you were coming to do?
Yes. I didn't know that I was going to come and be on a farm. I didn't know it was going to be this big.
It was a mini farm, a small farm.
No.
Okay.
It was still big. There was a whole bunch of squash over there when I came. Big okra. It was really nice.
Did you ever work on a farm?
No. So I had no experience with it, but living in New York City, you want to learn how to do things for yourself because everything is done for you, And if the world ends one day, then I want to be able to learn how to grow something, plant a seed and watch it grow, build something, So it's good to come here and just learn the ways of living here, because it's very essential in life.
How was the adjustment part when you came?
Oh my goodness.
Because I'm sure that you had to adjust to certain things.
Well, my grandmother's side is Trinidadian, so
Okay.
I'm used to being around Trinis.
Yeah, but not in Trinidad.
Yes.
Right.
Not in Trinidad.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of yelling when I first came. A lot of cars beeping, a lot of yelling, which was nice. I enjoyed it. Giselle took us to get doubles, of course. And then I didn't expect it to be like this because back home all you hear is about Port of Spain, Arima. You don't really hear about this side of Trinidad, or a lot of people being from this side of Trinidad. So it was interesting to see what it was not compared to what they used to tell me back home. So very loving, very friendly. Everybody's pretty open. I like it a lot.
What was your first assignment?
Weeding and planting bok choy.
Yeah.
Yes. And every morning, it used to be a chicken coop back here. It's all the way in the back now, but it used to be right here. So we would have to feed the chickens, the ducks we have now. Yeah.
No, and this is your third visit. What has been bringing you back on this regular basis?
These Moruga, Digicel, Kendall, everybody that lives in Lune, in the village, everybody's pretty open to taking in new people.
What would you say is your greatest experience over the last 3 years that you've been here?
Actually, I was here 2 years. I was just here for Christmas, so Parangan was definitely a fun experience.
Yeah.
Going from house to house, eating food, pork, ham, drinking. Oh Lord, punching. I have to sit punching. I can't really do punching like that.
Good.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that was a really fun experience. I really like being in Trinidad in the Christmas time because there's no snow and there's still Christmas lights up, you know? It's just different.
So how long will you be staying this time?
Well, I'm only staying for a week, a little over a week this time because I really came to just enjoy my birthday here.
Okay.
My birthday is tomorrow.
Okay, happy birthday in
Thank
advance.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I came for Buju too.
Okay.
So I went to go see Buju for Easter. But I really came for the holiday and I knew this is a place that I could come to if I want to enjoy those things.
So when you're back in the States, what do you do in the States? You do any planting?
No.
You do any weeding?
No.
Or do you shovel snow?
Yes, I do that.
That's the time you have to come and shovel, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I do help my grandmother with her garden.
Okay.
And I do tend to her garden. It's not huge, but it's like a nice one for show, you know, her flowers and things like that.
So what are we going to see? Are we going to see you in Trinidad permanent one of these days, or?
Permanent?
Permanently.
I wish. I'm trying to get dual citizenship here. So I could just keep coming back, you know. My grandmother told me we have land here, so I want to see where that is. You know, I really want to get invested in Trinidad, so I could just help out with whatever this family needs because they took me in, you know. So, yeah.
What would you like Trinidad and Tobago to people to know about your experience being here over the last couple of years? What is unique about this place? Besides all the love. That's a hard one.
There's a lot of unique things about this place. Not even just the love, the way people communicate and the instinct of taking care of each other, you know? The instinct of taking care of
the plants.
Yes. You know, there was one day where somebody who was off the road, and when I was in the car with a group of guys, they got out and helped the guy push his car, you know? You don't see that a lot in New York.
Yeah, they're living here by yourself, yeah.
Yeah.
Except they're coming to rob you.
Yeah. No. Nobody's coming to rob you. It's not that bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
The care, and it is really the love. It's a magical thing here. It's the care and the love and the time that people take to get to know you, you know? I'm not used to that in New York City, you know? It's very like, here people will slow down and say hello. People will come across and have a conversation with you, you know? And it don't have to be about nothing, it can be about anything, you know? And it's nice.
So we're going to see you, when you leave after this week, when you leave, we'll be seeing you back, I guess, very soon.
Of course.
Well, let me thank you very much for sharing this interview with me, and let me wish you all the best. And as I said, I think this is something that I think that really needs to be highlighted because it's one of a kind. It's something just unique, and to know that so many visitors have come here and taking part in our culture. We call it our culture.
And they love it.
And they love it.
They love it. Especially the Europeans, they love it.
You know, so I am really hoping that some financier or somebody could step forward because I think this is it's a way of creating employment too. Yes, it is. Right? Yes, and at the same time showcasing what Trinidad is all about. Yes. You know, so again, thank you very much. Yes, thank you. And enjoy your birthday tomorrow. Thank you, I will. And have a safe flight back home. Thank you so much. Okay? Viewers will be right back after the short break. That's all we'll get there. Welcome back, viewers. We are still in Lune, Moruga, a very peaceful community. We are outdoor enjoying the nice breeze, the air, very refreshing. And well, I have the real honcho now, the real headman here of One Family Farm. Yeah. As I continue to say, I'm here today because I really found that this project needs to be highlighted because it's a unique project, right? It's one of a kind, right? And I have with me here, Moruga Granger, right? He's the father of Giselle. And you are already the one who started it off.
Yes.
Right? And created what they have now as an exchange program with foreigners from, I think Giselle said over 100, right? And about 15 countries.
Yes.
Tell me a bit about the whole idea and how you started, what you started.
Well, really, I went Caribbean Union College in my early days, and on the farm I was an industrial student, so I did the farming to pay my tuition. So when I came back home, I realized that there is a need because most of the people leaving the country, going to the city.
Yeah.
So I realized there is a need for to stabilize the food production. Because when I was younger, this place used to have, it was the food basket of Trinidad, and it could be tested by everybody who know the history of Moruga. And from up to 10 truckload of fig per week, boiled down to 1. And most of the things was going out of style. So, brother, I decided to stay and hold the culture, to keep the village in a certain cultural standard. So it's something that I really love doing, and I see the need not only for Lune, but for Trinidad and Tobago. Because even when CPEP started, I the person who gave the opening remarks in CPEP, you know, who opened it on the Savannah.
Okay.
Yeah, with Mr. Manning. So I know a lot about some of the original plan for CPEP, which I wouldn't really see.
Yeah.
It was all this is part of my drive today.
Yeah.
So one thing I looked at also, I find it's too much a chemical
in the food. Yeah.
In the food, and I know we used to grow our food without chemicals. So what I'm projecting on this program is that we go back to the original state then as far as we can and avoid many of the pesticides and fertilizers that we use. And so fortunate that there are people worldwide that are looking for things like this. And so Brent, which was the first white person that I met, became very close friends. And you know, he was in the university doing anthropology, and so he brought all his students when he saw what plans I had, and they started to find a way to help the program, right? So this, even if it is here, this is just a beginning of great things to come, right? But as this program started, I'm not to say, I never really work nowhere. I always keep working for myself.
Right.
And I tried by hundreds of times, right, to get the agricultural minister, whoever, because I brought him here and all, show him the program. He saw it was good, he told me come back and assist. But nobody never really assists, not even $1,000 contribution. You understand? And this is just one part here. I have on the mountain where I have one man living in a small house, and we just clear the mountain, we put in things like figs. all the fruits and things what going out of style. Like, so we're going to cultivate back the land then, right? So basically this is the program, but let me tell you this, as Connect said, people will know, is how much you could do, right? This is so massive then, that I am saying that the intelligent people, because what, everybody could check, everybody could read, nobody in this enlightened age, nobody could fool nobody.
Yeah.
So I'm still saying, if we could have some more conscious people who understand on board, it's not and people could come where we could make profits, where we could, whatever form, it's needed, because what, I wouldn't be able to do this for well long again because of my age and so on, right? But if we set up a foundation then, right, in years to come, this whole problem that we're facing with unemployment and all these things could be, because here we live, all the foods here, I do preserving, I manufacture things, right? Since in my mother time, from sugar cake, fudge, confection, you call it, right? And I'm saying that we don't even want money has handout, because what, that only gets you more lame, right? But
I like that remark here there, because people feel money is everything.
No. What? Money is joke, right? If we get assistance and facility and attend from the government, I want no handout. In the open, give me a chance, give me a loan, and I asking for much, right? In a case like this, a simple $20,000 then, you get what I mean? We could turn up that in so much time then, because what? Why is we talking all the fruits just dropping? Unemployment? Well, if we get into, we could manage $1 billion come down to a cent, you know. But what we are saying, that if we get some form of help then, where we could prove then and show, well, watch, the country is alive, you get what I mean? And what we have here still is a peaceful place with people still have culture. And so long as they have culture, and we build on that, but from Boli, we could swan the calabash. We could, the amount of things that have here to do, right? I just put in this to say that if there is any conscious person then, right, that is not over greedy with money then, because you will get a profit, but we are running no race, but it still will be very, very huge still, right? Come, check us, test us out, right? We have assets. If we had to put up assets for the collateral, we don't mind. But I wonder why it is, for all those years with such a powerful program, right? In the government should break some kind of accommodation. If it's a grant, why we can't get a little grant then? Because what, to be in the battlefield is so long, not being violent, trying to keep the peace, right? And with nothing. Look, I live Moruga, and everybody knows this is a ganja place, right? I never even plant ganja because I never have time then. I'm not condemning nobody. But I'm saying, even though I did plant some ganja, then I'll get a nice little money then. You know what I mean? But I've been so law-abiding.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
So, yeah, that's whatever you want again, brother, because you have to share knowledge, right? And as look, I check these folks from away they're seeing this thing so nice.
That's the visitors.
The visitors, right?
It has to be because, I mean, for them to be coming back and, first of all, now, I could see a man coming here once and going back because you don't know where you're coming to. But for those who have been coming and going and coming and going, it has to be something positive that making you come, because I'm not going and come here if you don't have anything fruitful, you understand?
I read you,
right? So, I mean, I want to thank you for spending this time with us and chatting and telling us about this. I really hope that when this program is aired, you know, some person or persons can really see the benefits and come and be a part of it. I mean, because as you said, right, you don't want to hand out, right? You don't want to hand out. You're just looking for assistance, right? So I just hope that somebody could really come and assist you all. Because as I said, I think it's a tremendous job what you're doing.
What?
Right? And I think that there is no other place in Trinidad and Tobago that has a program like this where over 100 people from 15 or more countries have come here, right? When I say come to volunteer, not to ask for any payment or anything, right? And when they go back now, Trinidad and Tobago is benefiting from that because they are sending things back here for us.
All over.
So brother,
brother,
thank you very much. I know I had to talk to one more guy. I think he's from Europe. Let me hear about his experience. But I really hope that the next time I come to visit you all, I will hear that, you know, somebody has come on board and assist you, because I think there's a tremendous program.
A tremendous amount of youth just gathering around, right? But how much we could employ? Because I mean, so if this village could be stabilized with the assistance at this time, but it's a pleasure.
Well, there you heard it from the headman himself, Moruga Granger, telling us again about this unique program here. And viewers, if anybody's out there and they really want to assist, you know, this is something that I think that is worth investing your money in, right? You know, it's food, it's keeping our community together, it's keeping the youth together, and believe it or not, we ain't mentioned the word yet, but you see tourism, that is what's going on right here. Anytime you have exchange of visitors from other countries coming in to your country and going back and coming, that is tourism.
Exactly.
So those who looking at this, open your mind and get involved. We'll be right back after the short break. Welcome back, viewers, and again, still at the One Family Farm, and I have one of the volunteers, and he's all the way from Czech Republic. Jan.
Right.
I got it right.
Yeah.
Jan. First of all, welcome.
Hello, nice to meet you.
How did you get involved with this project?
You mean with One Family Farm?
Yeah. How did you hear about it and how to come across?
Well, I was spending a couple of weeks here nearby at a friend's because, well, one member of their family, he married my high school friend from Czech Republic. So I was deciding which country to go from Europe to visit, and I've asked them, okay, could I come to Trinidad? Do you have some neighbors or not neighbors, but friends there which could accommodate me? They told me, okay, we will ask Jimmy Riviero, who's living nearby, and he was aware about Moruga, so I just asked him, oh, could I drop by Moruga? Okay, he's my friend, so they asked him. He told, yes, of course, you've seen that guy, so you know how welcoming he is. And then, well, one day I just decided, I took my backpack and came to Lune. I was in Savannah. You know, there's a place in the like the middle of the Lune, let's say. I asked for Moruga. One, let's say, boy told me, okay, that's my uncle, I'll take to him. I come to Moruga, we welcomed. He spent like 3 hours discussing the life, and then he just sent me here, where I met you though.
But when you came,
right,
did you know anything about farming or anything like that?
Well, I was kind of interested comparing the way how it's done now and how it could be done better. So I was even kind of aware that I found on internet that Moruga has some kind of, was mentioned in a couple of blogs or web pages that he's doing that kind of woofing program. But I was aware, well, my grandparents and parents, they have their own smaller gardens where they grow their own food. So I guess this is pretty much the similar, just with the local crops. So I already knew how, or roughly, how to handle it in Czech. So I decided to see whether it would be same on Trinidad, which pretty much is the same.
No, but coming from the Czech Republic,
right,
coming into this rural community,
right,
how was the adjustment for you? Because I'm sure everything here is quite different.
Well,
from back in the Czech.
Not that much.
Not that much.
It's so much similar, like surprisingly even, because well, you basically have a garden. You need to irrigate the crops, you need to weed them, and you have just like 10 or 20 more degrees Celsius for that. So the only difference is almost the temperature. And maybe, well, I am not sure whether there are such projects like woofing in Czech. I guess there are, but I've never visited them. I may give it a try and compare it for those. But in terms of just the farming, well, there is no big science. It's like those 2 simple rules I told you. So for me, the toughest was to accommodate for the weather. Because, well, I'm apparently not used to it, to be in such a hot weather. But I've been last year in Kenya, where the lifestyle was so much similar to Trinidad. So I've already kind of had, let's say, good guess what I'm coming into. So for me, it was no surprise. I would be just, okay, we need to weed it, we need to water the plants, we need to take the water because it's just for 2 days in a week. Okay, let's start. There was no problem for me.
What do you hope to take from this experience back to your home?
Well, I have come without, I guess, any hopes. I just come, brings whatever it may come. I already experienced that, let's say, or to assure myself that the people are pretty much the same all over the world. That's kind of experience I'm getting even here, I was getting in Africa. Just like there is different kind of environment which shapes people to behave a bit differently, but otherwise, for me, it's kind of enjoying the world village, let's say, if you roughly get the meaning, that you can stay wherever in the world, basically, and meet some people who are nice, welcoming, who are shy, well, couple of crooks always, but the society is always so much similar everywhere.
Yeah.
So that's kind of makes your anxiety going away from different people. Okay, so there will come different people. Okay, we will somehow like handle each other well. We just need to understand each other, which is, well, quite a big advantage that in Trinidad the English is spoken. So it's like quite easy to understand. In the other countries I would struggle much more with my Spanish, so that was the one advantage of Trinidad as well. So as long as you can understand the people, or you are not much afraid of them when you meet them, they are just people.
What do you think about the community of Lune?
Of the whole Lune? Well, I've met, I don't know, not that much people who are living here. We are just like saying hi on the roads when they are passing by, so they are kind of enjoying that. But the community seems to be like really safe place, which is kind of relief. I've slept like for most of the nights just in the hammock, in the backyard.
Outside?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
It's really, I recommend, try it sometime.
Yeah.
I was just once or 2 times like woken up by some guys walking nearby and like hitting me slightly, like friendly. Hey, what are you doing here? Sleeping? Okay, enjoy. Take care. So, well, and I wasn't nervous about it all. Well, what could happen? The rain, heavy rain might come, and it was like the worst possible, let's say, outcome I could guess from that. So that's kind of, well, it made me feel like a home after like even less than a week. But I'm like pretty accommodative everywhere, so as long as I feel safe there, let's say I feel safe in the community. Let's say short explanation what I find it.
How long will you be in Trinidad for?
Right now it's like I spend 1 week on Tobago and then like 4 or 5 weeks already on Trinidad. 1 week in Port of Spain, 2 or 3 weeks in the Rock River, which is nearby. It was more in the jungle, hidden, and now 2 weeks I guess I'm here.
Okay. Well, Jan, it was a pleasure. And let me wish you all the best, and I hope that when you leave, you will take back a lot of good memories from Trinidad back to your home. And we hope to see you back here on One Family Farm, because it looks like this place has something so unique that once you come here, you have to come back.
I'll see, well, there are still plenty of villages around the globe which you can visit as well and find them similarly welcoming, but that might be even a, let's say, good comparison whether it would work elsewhere in such a good way or not. Okay. But Moruga promised that he might do, let's say, the gathering of all volunteers here in 2020.
Yeah, as a reunion.
Right, so if he would do it, I would really reconsider whether to come back and see how much people will come and share. Okay. I'm even not sure whether they would like fit to the compound.
All right. Well, viewers, we have come to the end of a very interesting time here in the community of Lune at the One Family Farm. We talked to a number of people, those who actually were the foundation members of this project, and we spoke to some of the visitors who have come here and spend time, and everybody has something good to say about this place. So again, I really hope that those who are viewing this program will try to find out a bit more about this place and lend whatever assistance can be lent, because as you have heard time and time again, this is a unique program. It's a program that could benefit the community and benefit Trinidad and Tobago on the whole. So we hope that some good Samaritan out there will come forward and give us assistance. So we hope you enjoy it. Catch you later at another community.